I was in my last year of college, and I had rekindled a relationship with a former boyfriend. And out of that, I became pregnant. I didn't talk to anybody about the decision really at all. I didn't know who to talk to about it. I went to a church, and as I stood outside the church on the steps, and I was looking up at those big double doors, and I thought, I'd really love to be able to go in there and ask for help, ask for somebody to talk me through this, because thoughts were flooding my mind about the shame and the possibility of being rejected by these people, and maybe they weren't the people at all to go to. So as I walked away from that church, I decided to go to the Women's Center, have the pregnancy confirmed, and when I went into the Women's Center, I was welcomed, and it was very comforting. A woman who was a little bit older, she took me back into a counseling room, and she spent time with me, quite compassionate, and listened to my whole story. And she, just as kindly as could be, just leaned forward to me, and she said, honey, who is going to hire you when you're 7 months pregnant and you're ready to have this baby? They're going to be living in maternity leave. There won't be a job for you. So I did. I aborted that child. And it wasn't long after that where I just became embittered and angry, and the bottom started to drop out of my world. I was in a lot of despair. I became suicidal at one point. And I just really had nowhere to turn. In 2006, I decided that I wanted to volunteer at a pregnancy center so that I could talk to young ladies about not choosing abortion or making another choice. And I wanted to be alongside them if they made another choice, since I didn't have that. And during the interview process, the director at the time had asked me if I was in fact post-abortive, and I said yes, I was. And when she started to dig into that, I started to cry, and she said, have you ever gone through a healing study or a Bible study for that? And I said, no, I hadn't. She said, to be a volunteer, you needed to go through a study. And so I said, that's fine. I could see that I probably needed that. And there was no one at the center at that time who did post-abortion Bible studies, and so I ended up doing it by myself. And what I learned in doing the study by myself is that Jesus is very faithful to forgive us when we confess our sin to Him. He's very faithful to come in, and I see that a lot of people, a lot of us in church are forgiven for the things that we've done for an abortion. But I also know that coming together with other people and confessing those things and working through the whole healing process, He is very faithful to heal us on a very deep level. The love and the grace of God is the power to completely restore life, to take such pain and such devastation, to take someone from being suicidal in great despair to having a resounding joy day in and day out, to live in a sense of peace, to be able to reach a hand to someone else and walk alongside them as they move from that place of devastation into a place of freedom. There isn't anything more fulfilling. And so I would love to see this in every church, and I would love to partner with churches to see people completely set free from the devastation of that decision.